Another day, another live. Also, I think some of the other evicteds are gonna join. Hey Alexa, hey Autumn, hey guys, hey Liz, hey Roadrunner. Guys, what music should we put on today for the live? Tell me what music I should put on. An album, please. I like to thoughts on Riley. Autumn, I got a lot of thoughts on Riley. I think Riley, I'm glad he was evicted, and I think that he deserves what's coming to him. That's all I'm gonna say. You should have won. I agree. Somebody said Taylor Swift. Anybody else? Like an album. Give me an album, guys. Go Hokies. Yes, go Hokies. I see you, Emma. In honor of Taylor Swift. Okay. In honor of Taylor's engagement, I don't know if I want to do Lover, though. Does anybody else have Taylor recommendations? The best BB player of all time. I don't think so. But I appreciate the love. Okay, what if we do I don't know, what if we do Speak Now? I feel like that's like a great Taylor album. Okay. I love a Speak Now. Oh, Fearless. You brought life to the house. Oh, thank you. What do you think of Keanu? I don't think of Keanu. I think Keanu's actually a really great person. He's just not, for me, game-wise, but as a person, I really, really enjoy him. If you do Taylor, I will leave. Oh, then I'm not going to do Taylor. Oh, thank you so much for the heart, big brother. Okay, how about this? Let's do something more neutral. I'm just going to play music. Y'all are crazy. But I love that about you. I'm going to address... Okay, so I also thank you, Kim, for the rose. I also understand that, not everything in the Big Brother house is common knowledge, so I recant my statement I made earlier today. Okay, you know what? This may be unpopular. I'm going to play Halsey. Do we hate Halsey, chat? Oh, thank you for the rose. Oh, you saw me in NYC. Why didn't you say hi? Or did you say hi? Conan Gray. Ooh, wait, yeah, Wishbone is so good. Hold on, I'm going to play Conan Gray. Then I'm going to look at the chat. Also, I told some of the other evicteds to join, so maybe we'll be seeing somebody else join. What do you think about the judges? I think the judges is an offshoot of heavy hitters, so I'm happy for them. Mythica, oh, thank you so much. Look how beautiful that was. So slay. Who do you want to leave? Kelly. But I also would prefer to talk to Catherine. Guys, this is where the Big Brother house is complicated, because it's oh, thanks, Phil, for the heart. Simultaneously, I want somebody to leave who I don't like, but I also want somebody to leave who I want to talk to, right? So I prefer to talk to Catherine, but I want Kelly to leave. Thank you, Katie, for the heart. Hi, Angelina. How do I feel about Kat talking about Rachel as a mother? Guys, pausing the music for this. There is no need in the house to ever talk about somebody's family or personal life, period. Mother, kids, partner, family, nothing. I might have done it once talking about somebody's parents, but they brought it up first, but that is just not the real tea. So I don't like that, and I think Catherine should watch her mouth. Love Catherine though, but watch her mouth. Don't say that shit. Thoughts on Vincent Morgan's showmance? You mean cheatmance? Oops. Would you ever do the challenge? Yes. OMG Jimmy, my king. Hi, Robbie. How much do you get paid per week? I don't know if we're allowed to say. But it's $1,000. How long have you and your partner been together? Sean and I have been together for almost 7 years. Should we get Sean into this live at some point? Maybe not yet, but Sean told me he'd want to join a live. So do you guys want to talk to Sean? Hi, Sierra. $7,000. No, not $7,000 a week. No. About divide that by 7. Oh my god, you guys are blowing this. Okay, am I a Swiftie? I do listen to Taylor Swift, yes. Hi, Autumn. What do the girls think of Kelly's bringing up Rachel's kids? What do I think about it? I think it's inappropriate, and I've said it before. People should not be talking about, thanks Jen for the heart, about people's kids, etc. People should not be doing that. I would never fall for people trying to pit others against Rachel. No, Rachel is my ride or die in that game. Sean, please. Okay, we'll get Sean to join this live at some point. Actually like you better outside of the house. Thank you for the rose, Chloe. Okay, this is actually really important because I think I'm a lot better without editing, and I don't think editing likes me. So, thank you, Krista, for the rose. Oh my god, thank you, Krista. Icon. Krista, icon. Oh my god, even more. Krista, guys, Krista's my favorite today. So, you know, I like to show my personality more. Krista, icon, outside of the house. And I feel like I'm able to do that more, especially on lives and stuff, which is why, like, I like to do them. Thanks, Jen, for sending the heart. Yeah, you know what, guys? If you want, Sean's in the other room, but he does not want to come onto live. So send gifts if you want Sean to come onto live, and then I'll pull him out here. Riley, boot. BB Jimmy, hi. Do you forgive Keanu? Yeah. Do you watch Love Island? Also, yes. Gameplay 5 out of 10. Honestly, I agree with that. Oh, thanks, CRT. Love this. Can you talk about the showers? Okay, wait. What about the showers? Can you follow up on that? Like, what about the showers? Who smelled the most? Who was the worst smelling Keanu? Who are you the closest with? Rachel. Easy. Who's my favorite Big Brother player of all? Oh, thank you, Candy. Who's my favorite Big Brother player of all time? Oh, thank you so much for the rose, Al. Who's my favorite BB player of all time? Janelle. Like, Janelle. Icon. Do I like Riley? I liked him in the house, not really outside the house, if that makes sense. Oh, thanks, Al. Thanks for the rose. Hate from Colorado. Oh, thank you so much. I love Colorado. Who do you want to lead this week? Kelly. Easy. Kelly, easy. Al. Icon. Love you guys so much. Oh my God, Sean, I told them to gift if they wanted you out here and they're gifting. Gift more if you want Sean to come out. He wants to talk to you guys, I think. Who do I want final two? Who do I want final two? Oh, Mythica, thank you so much. Ringer. Thank you, Twinkie. Oh, seriously. Sean, get out here. Okay, I called him. You guys are doing a good job. Do you experience homophobia in the house? Not to my face. Aries, thank you. Candy, thank you so much. Guys, we're gonna go in there and pull Sean out if he doesn't join us in. Oh my God, thank you so much. Tutor boot cast members. Ooh, we could do that. Okay, I'll tutor boot cast members. I'm gonna write that down to remember. Also, everybody who gifts in this chat today, I'm gonna follow back. So, toot or boot cast members, because I think that'd be really fun. Oh, Logan, thank you so much. Chloe, icon. Rachel and Ava, final two. Actually, yeah, I agree with that. What do I think Zingbot would have zinged me for? Oh, this is great. I think Zingbot would have zinged me for throwing sunglasses. Oh, Robin, CJ, thank you guys so much. Jamie, icon. I think Zingbot would have said, Jimmy, when you made such a when you made such a spectacle at the veto meeting, did you throw away your sunglasses or your game? Period. Haley and Lila, thank you so much for the roses. Hi, Abby. So I think Zingbot would have zinged me for that, if that makes sense. Sean. I keep calling Sean. I will go we will go grab him together if he doesn't come out here. I'm playing Conan. He loves Conan. We'll do tutor boot of the cast members together. Show me your plant. Which one? Guys, I have like a few plants here. So like behind the camera, I have this like little, fuck, what's it called? Thank you, Krista. Fuck, what's that called? They like crawl. They're like I'm blanking on it. Okay, but I also have this cute little monstera, another monstera, money tree right there. I have a big money tree around the corner. So I'll do a plant tour. I'll do a TikTok for a plant tour, honestly. Lila, thank you for the rose. Ranger Girl, you're an icon. Thank you so much. Join the fan club, guys. Sherry, icon. Who do I want to win this season of Big Brother? Rachel, of course. Hey, Layton. Oh my God, thank you so much. Drag Queen, little puff heart. Oh my God, Rosie. Wait, guys, this is my dog. Rosie, come here. Rosie, come here. Guys, this is my dog, Rosie. Send roses for Rosie. She's a little icon. She's a little tiny baby, and she is so freaking small. Thank you so much, Krista. She is so small. Lila, icon. Stop, Rosie. Rosie, go grab your dad. Al Mythica, thank you guys so much for the roses. Jennifer, icon. Candy, icon. Oh my God, Jennifer, stop. We're flirting at this point. Ranger Girl, I love you. Zachary Powell, hello. Who's my least favorite player? Follow up with that. Least favorite player in the game or least favorite player currently in the house? Oh my God, so excited to see you guys. Yeah, I know you guys want Sean. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for the roses. Oh my gosh. Eaton, is that how you say it? 2017. Love that. Drag Queen, little heart puff. So here for it. Sean. Come here. Okay, he's coming. Yay. Who do I think will win? Guys, you're gonna hate me if I say Morgan. I think Morgan honestly is in a really good spot right now, low key. Jen, icon. Thank you for the rose, Jen. Riley got jumped. Riley got jumped? King of Queens, love it. Sharky, thank you so much. Wait, who got Riley got jumped? Chat, can we confirm if this is true? How do I feel about Ashley being a lawyer? I don't know. I have no idea how I feel about it. I think Ashley's an icon. Oh my god, wait. Do you guys want to see Sean? Is Rachel running the house? No, unfortunately, she is not. But Sean is here.
Hi, everyone.
Say hi, Sean.
That's so cute.
I know, aren't they icons? Wait, guys, ask Sean a question. People say hi. Oh, Jen, thanks for the roses. Pick America. Okay, Sean, what are America's 3 favorite house guests?
America changes their mind literally every single week. Because, like, they started off loving Morgan and Mickey were, like, the 2 standouts by far.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, obviously Rachel. We love Rachel.
Yeah.
Ashley is chaotic and she has her stands and I am one of them because that girl she's like modeling her game off Elle Woods, which I adore. And
thanks, Al.
So what did they do?
Those are like
dolphin.
He's never been on a TikTok live before, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna close this window.
I fear most people don't go on TikTok lives.
I fear a lot of people do, and TikTok lives are the best. This is a plant. Look at my plant while I close this window.
Plant.
Okay, so
did you say Mickey got jumped?
No,
not Mickey got jumped.
Chat said Ashley got jumped. Chat, can you confirm if that's true? No, Riley. Ashley's in the house, girl.
You just said Ashley.
Look at them.
Damn. Child support's getting more aggressive these days.
Thank you, Candy. You're the goat. You're the goat, girl. Do I hate Keanu? No. Sean, how is it meeting Brendan? Oh yeah, talk about that.
Oh my god. Brendan is so sweet.
Thank you, Logan.
I did not grow up watching Big Brother. I only know about it through him, and then when he got it on, obviously I watched the past seasons. He's super sweet, super smart.
Adrian, hi. So wait, Adrian, request to join. Keep talking. Sorry.
But yeah, super cool. He bought me a beer, or he bought a beer. He bought me
thanks, Mia.
Tequila soda.
Thanks, Eaton.
Yeah, fun.
Period.
It's cool being on entertainment tonight.
Yeah, being on ET. Oh my god, Adrian. Are y'all married? No, we're not married.
No.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you.
How about now? Can you see me?
Yay, Adrian.
Hey, what's up? I have a really quick question.
Yeah.
Is this how big the ball was for your BB blockbuster? Like the size of your hand?
Yeah, maybe a little. I would say that's about. Wait, hold it. Can you grip it? Yeah, I would say that's correct.
Yeah, okay. I figured it's a pretty big ball, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was I could fit it in my hand, and I've kind of I don't have the biggest hands, but yeah, I don't know. I think. Hold on.
I think the second biggest one is like this, but I think yours was bigger.
Ooh, wait. Can you compare that to the other one? Ooh, it was definitely the smaller one.
This one?
Yeah, definitely more that size.
Okay.
No,
that's cool. Because I'm building your comp, but I'm trying to make it lightweight, not too heavy. So
yeah. No, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. It was called.
Dude, I want you to come over and try it. I'm because right now I'm working on a few comps. I'm working on the memory tile.
Yeah.
The ball in the maze. I already working on new balance beams, and then the one where it has the wall. I don't know. I forgot the name of it. Where it goes up.
Thank you for the heart.
And you have to do the string.
Oh, the one that Frankie won in 16, and they did again in. Oh yeah,
25.
Yeah. That was
the zombie one.
That one's tough. Oh, zombie.
Yeah.
Week? Yeah, zombie week was a boot. Chat was zombie week a boot. Also, Adrian, this is Sean. He was in the.
Hey, Sean, what's up? I heard a lot about you.
Meet you.
So wait, Adrian, how do you feel about missing wall comp?
Don't get me started, man. I mean, I was already talking about it. I mean, I went into all the strategies, how to, because some people just say it's just forearm. It's so much more. But when you look at Vince's grip, he had way better grip compared to everyone else. I think Lauren and Catherine could have had a shot at winning if they just improved their grip. But they didn't.
Oh, Logan,
You know, I'm a little disappointed with Lauren because like you could tell she studied some of the comps. She said she's a super fan, right?
Yeah.
You could see it. She had some strategy for OTEV, but when it came to the wall comp, I didn't see her position her hands as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I was disappointed in Lauren a little bit. Like, thank you, Drag Queen, for the heart puff. I was disappointed.
She went far.
She did go far, but it's also like, I don't know. Like, I always told people not to underestimate Catherine because like she was much smarter than she was coming across. But it's also like the fact that Catherine beat Lauren in the wall comp is something I don't think anybody had on their bingo cards. You know what I mean?
I mean, I probably won't bring it up immediately, but like if they ever ask, I would definitely talk about like how they could have won or like the critiques. And I talked to Zach. There's a video floating out about it, about like me going into like the reasons why there's different grips would be more ideal. Yeah. I mean, I just like to study the comps. Of course, social game is important, strategic game is important. But I was like, might as well learn comps since I could build them. You know what I mean? So I was like,
yeah. No, that's great. So, like, I'm kind of jealous because, like, I really wanted to do wall comp. Do I think I would have done well? I think I would have done better than most of the cast. Though, like, to be fair, what was it? BB26 had, like, a really, no offense to them, had a really bad show of wall comp because, Quinn won in 36 minutes and Will almost made it to 36 minutes? Like...
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they had different grips. Like this grip that we had this season, I was flipping out. I was losing it. I was like, that's like probably one of the best grips I've ever seen. Last time it was season 21 when they had it, that like a similar one, but it was more crooked, not parallel. And I was like, it's still phenomenal grip, and there's many reasons why, but I was a little bit jelly. But I would love for whoever gets evicted, I'm like, they're gonna need a first class ticket to my wall comp. I need them to compare it. There's no way. I was like.
No, yeah, listen, Chelsea said their grip was terrible.
Hey, Chelsea, why are we so small? Why are you so small? I think you're trying to figure it out.
Wait, I actually have no idea. Wait, chat, is this like a problem? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me fix it. I'm like still new to TikTok, which is like kind of crazy to people.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about, we're allowed to talk about whatever we want except production. Sorry, somebody asked what we're allowed to talk about. Oh, so you can see us small too. Hey, chat, do you see me and Adrian really small, or do you see like both of us?
Because I think me and Zach did it, but he was really big. I was really small at the bottom of the screen. But I don't know. I seen people like they did it like big 4s or like big 2s. I don't know how TikTok works. Yeah,
TikTok. We're all new to TikTok. We'll figure this out before, guys. We're doing a live on Thursday, so make sure to join that because it's going to be really fun. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we're small. It says we're small. Okay, we can change the layout. Okay. You guys are going to be. Hold on. Adrian, what do you think about like the shifting alliance? Okay, wait, actually, this is something I'm really interested to learn from Adrian. Thank you, Eaton, and thank you, Drag, for the heart puff. Thanks, Al, for the tiny diny. When we were in the house, like what alliances existed that you knew about versus what alliances were you surprised to see when you left the house?
I mean, I wasn't surprised to see much because, like, you kind of knew, like, I knew Zach was in other alliances. I knew Vince was in alliances.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who it was, it didn't really matter too much to me.
Yeah.
The only one I guess, would be the Unexpendables is what it's called. Like, Vince, Keanu, and Riley would probably be the ones I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't really see that. But it's like, it didn't really matter because, like, you could tell people were working together. Mickey and Morgan, obviously a thing. You, Mickey, and Morgan were a thing. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if you had a final 2 with Morgan or had final 2 with Mickey. I just knew you guys working together, right? Yeah. All I knew is, like, who's working together, who was on my side. Like, I knew I couldn't count on your vote in the game. And then I was like, so then, like, I knew Zach had other alliances, but I didn't care because he knew that I had his back. And that's I think that's why he fought so much in week 2 and then week 3, but then I guess he flipped last second on week 3 because his potential showmans. Love Zach though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. That was kind of also Vince and I's doing a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a game. It's a game. I mean, I'm like, I don't have any, like, you're trying to win, I'm trying to win. We're just doing what we needed to do.
Yeah, no, literally. I think so obviously Mickey, Morgan, and I were working together from like day 2. We were the triple threat. Zach and I also put together like a little group of a little small alliance called the Heavy Hitters with Morgan, and actually it included Riley, Zach, Vince, Rachel
Yeah.
herself.
And then you kind of excluded Riley and brought in.
Yes,
I thought
I
you
would
brought
say
in-
There we go.
yay! Thank you, Sean.
Oh, how do you do that with the flip?
There's a layout thing.
If you go in the bottom left corner, it's like a go live with guests, and then there's a little settings icon. If you click
Okay,
that,
I'm gonna have to figure that out because because me and Zach need to do more lives on TikTok too. So
I'll send you. Thanks, Jade. I'll send you a step by step because it's pretty easy. But yeah, so we were the triple threat. We had heavy hitters. Riley just like didn't want to participate in an alliance, so we kicked him out for Mickey, which was kind of crazy. Which and then that has like effectively formed to what they called themselves the melting pot, and then the judges were like all offshoots of the heavy hitters. I had no idea what the Burger Boys was or whatever that is. Thank you, Tony, for the bros.
Yeah, the Burger Boys. I guess I could see that. I didn't expect. I'm like I wasn't included in it, which was fine with me because I knew the guys were going to be targeted. So I remember they're all working out, and I remember the scene where Kelly's like, "You guys are the dumbbells, right?" And I remember seeing them outside working out. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work out upstairs in the gym. Yeah. One, I can't probably lift as much as they can, but also I don't want to be associated with the guys. You know, so.
No, I mean, I kind of bounced around a lot too because I wanted to like. First off, I had to do damage control for my HOH, which like by the way, I don't know if I've ever like talked through this. So, chat. I don't know if chat hates me for this, but like most of the fandom like thought it was a really bad idea for me to send Amy home. But like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I saw it as like Keanu and Kelly were obviously my targets. I put you up because you were a number for Kelly. Like I didn't want you to go home. I told you that.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you could be honest. I mean, you guys did see me as a threat a little bit. Like,
it's two-sided coin.
Compared to Keanu and Kelly, those are obviously the first two. But like, if I'm up there, and like me and Kelly try to separate.
You could have won the
veto. Work out.
See, no, you can win comps. Like, you could have won the veto and used it on Kelly, which is the exact reason I wanted to nominate you, low-key. Like, I was like, if you win the veto, you're going to use it on Kelly, probably. And
if I had pushed back, do you think you would have not done it? If I'm like, no, don't do that. Do you think?
Maybe I should have had that conversation, but no, I'll be honest. Do you remember when we finished the In the Dark challenge, thanks, Jade, we were behind the scenes, like, drinking water on ice, the towels and stuff?
Sure.
Do you remember that? That's when I decided I was going to put the three of you up.
I kind of knew I was going to go up because I knew Kelly was going up. Yeah, and you never mentioned Kelly's name in the HOH room. I'm like,
well, Kelly also
it just makes sense.
I don't think this makes the episode, guys. Kelly volunteers to go up every single week. Like, she came to me, and Adrian, this literally did not make the episode. Thank you, Betty. Icon. So this did not make the episode, but Kelly came up to me and was like, you can put me up in the block. I have a power.
Well, I think she knew that you were going to do it anyways, or you're thinking about it, so I think she was trying to, like, just do it. But, like, I knew you were going to put me up because of, like, Kelly and our closeness. Yeah. The only thing is I probably should have pushed back a little bit more, and I kind of did, but I wasn't firm about it. Yeah. I would say, I don't know if that would have made a difference, but...
I mean, it could. I'll be honest. I was in between putting you... So, my thought process was, I want to go for Kelly and Keanu. I want to put up somebody who can compete with them in a veto and potentially win it. So I wasn't going to... Because I was considering putting up Catherine, Lauren, Riley. Because I was, like, close with them. But, like, my main people in the game were Mickey, Morgan, Rachel, Vince, which Vince hated me, apparently. So that was, like, interesting. And then Zach. So those were, like, the people I was, like, not going to put up. And then I was like, okay, I could put up Lauren, Catherine, Riley, but I would prefer to put them all up together. And since Keanu was my target, it ended up being you. But I didn't know that Lauren could compete that hard, or Riley could, because I probably could have put them up. But, like, I wish I'd had a conversation with you about, like, putting you up, or not putting you up in exchange for you not using the veto if you'd won it. Because I do feel like you're one of the few people in the game who...
Didn't I say that, though, or no? No, because you didn't talk about Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't even bring it up.
But I knew it was.
Yeah, because you're one of the few people in the game where, like, and you can tell me if you would have lied about it, but, like, I really feel like if you'd said, I'm not going to use the veto, you wouldn't have used it.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of true to my word, unless you lied to me, which...
Right. Which, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, like, everyone told me that, like, you said you're fighting for me, but then when Lauren and you asked Catherine, you're like, you guys could do whatever.
Well, I did say that.
Is what I heard.
Also, I did put up people... Listen, I did this for you, Adrian, I promise. I put up people that you could beat in the Blockbuster. I said I was going to do that. I did put up people who could beat in the Blockbuster. Thank you for the roses. I did put up people you could beat in the blockbuster. At the end of the day, that's why I put up Will instead of Riley, because I was this close to putting up Riley, and Morgan and Mickey wanted me to put up Riley. And I didn't put up Riley because I was like, I promised Adrian that I was going to put up people he can beat in the blockbuster, and I did think you could beat Will and Amy in a blockbuster, because let's be real, like, I love Amy, but I'm not going to say that, never mind. Love Amy, but yeah, not the best at competition. So anyway, I was going to put up Riley, but I didn't think I had laid the groundwork for putting him up, and then I thought it would look bad when I told you I'd put up people that you could beat in the blockbuster, and so I thought it'd be easier to put up Amy and Will, because I knew you were not going anywhere, and so I was trying to make moves. I knew you were going to put me up, but I was like, if I can make moves so that Adrian thinks I am trying to keep him here, that would be better. And I did want Amy to go, because listen, Amy wanted me to go home, and she had told me that. Like, I was talking to Amy about me nominating her, and so she essentially was like, you know, if I come off the block, I'm going to put you up and want you to go home. And I'm like, cool. Well, Adrian didn't say that, so Adrian, I want to stay over Amy. And Will, I never wanted to go home. I don't think anybody's ever wanted Will to go home at this point. Yeah. So I don't know. That was my thought. I had to play
because I needed you to think that I wasn't going to come after you, and I wasn't. But until I heard that you weren't really campaigning and you didn't care, especially since Kelly and Keanu came off, you're like, I guess Adrian could go home, is what I heard. Or at least that you weren't fighting as hard.
Okay, so that's interesting.
And then also, I know you were going to vote with my side, because I knew you were going to vote on the safe side, I felt. And you did you not?
Oh, wait, you mean when you were on the block?
Well, yeah. I was on the block both times.
Okay,
I mean, to be honest, there's a lot.
There is a lot. I was voting. Okay, listen, I did go into eviction night voting to keep Will, just because that voted with my side of the house. But I'm not even kidding, that after your speech, I almost voted for you to stay, because you just kind of, my heart was melting. And like, I do have such a soft spot. Thank you, Jade. I have such a soft spot for you, Adrian. And like, I was this close to just being like, fuck it, I don't care. And I almost wish I had, because, like, I don't know. I always felt weird.
I was planning to honor, even though we didn't talk much, I was still planning to honor, like, hey, I still want to work with you, you know, and stuff like that. I still would have honored it. Yeah. But then you lied about the Keanu vote. Like, you told me, I told you don't have to lie to me. If you don't want to say, you don't have to say. Yeah. Like, I'm going to vote for Keanu to stay, or not Keanu, Zay to stay. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want. I was like, but I'm like, I don't know if I believe you, but okay, whatever.
Well, actually, that was the way I was voting up until like. Okay, because here's where I was with Zay. Zay told me he wasn't going to put me up. Amy told me she was going to put me up and tried to get Vince to put me up. So I'm like, why would I not send Amy home over Zay? Like, it makes no sense. And then the girls came to me. I don't remember if it was like right before the blockbuster or if it was in like that 2-minute period of time we get to talk. But essentially, Morgan and Mickey were like, our alliance is over if you don't vote to evict Zay, is like essentially the vibe I got from them. And so I'm like, listen, if I can show you something by voting against my best interest here, then I'll do it. And that's what I did. Do I regret it? No, because Zay told me he was lying and that he would have put me up if he won. So I felt vindicated in that. But yeah, no. So when I told you I was voting to keep Zay, that wasn't a lie at the time, but it ended up being a lie because Nikki and Morgan made me change my mind on that one.
But I mean, maybe it would have been better if you had like came up to me and told me, hey, I switched my vote because of this. But then because after that, I'm like, oh, you lied to me. And then like when you also told me, hey, I haven't like on week 3, so I'm not being confusing. On week 3, I remember you're like, I haven't told anybody, but I'm voting to keep you. I'm like, I'm not too sure if I believe you, Jimmy, but sure. But
I was voting to keep you if Will won the blockbuster.
Well, yeah, everyone was going to keep me over Kelly. I knew that. I mean,
you didn't ask about the situation. You go, are you voting to keep me? And I go, yes. But I didn't say against Kelly. But, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. Because we were going to have not...
Well, no, I mean, Jimmy, you're just doing what you had to do. So it's like, I just knew that you weren't reliable. So I was like, if I had to put you up, I would put you up.
That's fair.
No, unless you put me up, too. I mean, but like that was again. It's nothing. It's just game. Like that was game at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nothing personal. Like I loved you in the house. Like you were so much fun, and we were just on different sides of the house. And I think Kelly specifically made me really regret. Thank you, Drag Queen. Kelly really made me regret voting to evict you because you had your finger on the pulse. Like she told me that you were like suspicious of Vince, like running through things, that you like didn't trust Keanu. She told me, and you can tell me if this is true, she told me that your noms Wait, somebody said, Jimmy, I wanted you to go, but I realized how valuable you were to the game after you were gone. Thank you, Tony. I agree with that. So Kelly told me you would have put up Keanu, Vince, and me if you were HOH, which I think is like fair. Is that not Vince?
It would have been Rachel, you, and probably Morgan.
Really?
If not, I would have put Keanu up originally so he could take himself off and kind of backdoor Rachel.
Yeah.
Or if you or Morgan, because I couldn't rely on your vote.
Yep.
At least that's how I felt in the game. And then when it came to Morgan, she was afraid of me.
And
I think she kind of upset that how much I had had influence or with Vince and Zach.
Yep.
Because it seemed like she was kind of a little bit possessive over them two. And she's like, why are they fighting so hard to keep Adrian week 2? So I was like, so I knew that she was starting. She told me like week 2, she's like, I don't think I'm gonna like. This was one of the reasons why she was like, because I don't think I could beat you in the comp. And I was like, oh, I was like, so you're scared of me? She's like, yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, so I was like, okay, basically I'm picking up. And then week 3, she was like, hey, I believe if I win HOH, I'm okay putting up one of my allies. So I was like. And then we're kind of like trying to work things out, like work together. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I want to work with you and stuff like that. So you're basically saying if you win HOH, I'm going to be up as a pawn is what I'm hearing. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I was like, so I would have done Morgan just because she's like feared me as a competitor. And that's why I wanted to work like Keanu. He wouldn't fear up like going against me versus like Morgan that would fear going against me. So I want to work people that weren't scared of me. So, and then they underestimate me, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, no, I would have put up like Rachel, just because you can't say she doesn't know how to play the game.
She knows. I mean, okay. Listen, I love Rachel, and I'm rooting for Rachel. But like Vince was dumb for not putting her on the block for his own game. You know what I mean? Like I love Rachel, and I would not have put her up because she was I had a final 2 with Rachel. Thanks, Dylan. I had a final 2 with Rachel. Dylan, you're an icon. I had a final 2 with Rachel. But if I was in Vince's shoes without having that final 2 with Rachel, yes, I would have put her up because she knows the game. She's going to run circles around everybody the further she goes. And a lot of people are going to vote for her if she makes it to that final 2 chair. Thanks, Jay Breezy, because she made it there. So it's like, if you're Vince this week, you should have put up Rachel. Like, I'm glad it didn't happen, but for his game, he's going to look back and regret putting up Catherine.
Well, Morgan and Will especially Morgan, seem to wear on Vince, right? Yeah. And I remember in the episode, they're basically telling Vince, of course, the episode's different from the live. The live also kind of backs it up that like, hey, put up Rachel, let's stick to this alliance. And I was like, if Vince pays attention, like this keeping Rachel is good for Will's and Morgan's game. I don't know about Vince's long-term game. Yeah. Because like,
well, I don't even know if Vince knows his long-term game because he accused me. He said the reason I was on the block is because, oh, Adrian, can you say hi to Jalen? I just keep seeing that come up in the chat.
Hey, Jalen, what's up? Sorry, I try to read, but then I look up and yeah.
It's a lot of brain work, but no, I lost my train of thought, but I'm sure it was important. No, I don't think Vince. He accused me of having final 2s with everybody. Chris, thank you so much for the galaxy. Yeah, because Vince has final 2s with everybody: Kelly, Keanu, Lauren, Morgan, Zach.
It was pretty obvious, especially since I saw him going in rooms with you, Mickey, Morgan, especially Mickey and Morgan. I remember Vince and Morgan were in the have-not room at night, and I'm like, they're not have-nots.
Thanks, Megan.
And the door is closed. Yeah. And then Mickey goes in there, and she's like, oh, she turns around and like closes the door. I'm like, and I see y'all upstairs going into like the gym. I'm like, it's pretty obvious, especially since he stays up with Zach and Morgan. I was like, but I don't think, like, when it came to Lauren, I think he really did want Ashley up, and I still hear the lives, though. I heard him, he's like, man, we should have kept Adrian, put Rachel up, or not Rachel, Ashley up that week. But, like, it was pretty, I think he wanted to keep me, but it was pretty obvious that he was working together. Like, I don't think it's that hard to tell who's working with who, especially since they make it so obvious this season, I think.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
No, I agree. And like, so Chris Wallace, icon, he says that they need to get Rachel out, otherwise she's going to win. And like, I want Rachel to win. So, I mean, but I agree with that statement. Like, the longer Rachel's in the game, the better shot she has of winning. And if she gets to that, listen, my strategy for taking her to final 2, because I had 2 final 2s, one with Mickey, one with Rachel. I knew if I was sitting next to Mickey, I was going to lose. But I thought if I was sitting next to Rachel, people wouldn't want to crown her again, so they would pick me, especially if I had made a few game moves along the way. In looking at that now, if Rachel makes that final 2 chair, people are going to vote for her to win because it's incredible that she made that final 2 chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think Vince has a decent idea of like just trying to survive 1 week at a time. Like, let's see if the judges are really going to protect him. I'm not too sure, especially when double eviction, you could easily make up excuse. Oh, I didn't have time to plan. I just put you on the block. It was instinct and whatever.
Yeah.
If they put him on the block and survive, like double eviction is probably around the corner. Jury's going to start. Things are going to heat up.
Yeah.
When are you going to take that shot out? Like you're already that's. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out because you can still recover. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean his game. There's still a lot of game left to play.
So here's some tea that I have that I got from like the people we're not supposed to talk about. There are going to be, from what I understand, the rumor is there's going to be 2 double evictions and they're both going to happen after jury starts. There's also supposed to be another split house twist. So they're going to put
like
half the house in the back.
Day 1.
So like very similar. I think it was BB25. They did half the house in the backyard and half the house in. Oh wait, sorry.
Was that 25 or 24?
That was 24 because that was Taylor's season.
That was Taylor's season where they did one in the backyard, one in the inside.
Yeah, so they're gonna do that again. Pause. We're gonna get back to that. Pin in that. Izzy, Vince's leather pants says, Jimmy, what do you think of Adrian's bread mans? And all I'm gonna say is I made sure you got that bread before you left. So I
appreciate. I didn't know because I didn't want to take property, but I was like, I kind of want to, but like you helped me make that decision. I appreciate you, Jimmy, for that because I don't know if I would have done it because I didn't want them yelling at me because I know you were talking about taking things before you leave, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Wait, I did. Thank you, Hanny. I did take something before I left. Thank you for the rose. Do you want to see it? Hold on.
Okay. Don't get in trouble, but I mean, if you want to.
I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Ask for it back?
Is that for me? Thank you for the hat.
Yeah,
if that was
so fun. Dylan, thank you for the heart. So do you know Adrian, do you guys in chat, do you guys know the wardrobe? So it's when you're going to the have not room and instead of turning to go into the have not room, you look straight ahead and it's that wardrobe, thanks Chris, where Kelly and Morgan keep their stuff. And there's a little key that you unlock and lock to reopen it. Thank you, Mystica. So that key that goes in that wardrobe.
No way.
I thought it was like very Big Brother. Like it's a key. It also gives Hotel Mystere, and it was something that I could put in a pocket because I knew security, like the security search, they would take it. Because Rachel gave me her ugly shirt, and they took that because I'm not allowed to have that until end of season. Our little boxes. Oh my god, look at this little. Oh, that was so cute. Thank you, Mystica. Like this shirt, for instance. This shirt was in my bag, and they took it. Like, so I'm not allowed to have that till end of season.
I don't know why they would take that shirt, but
I know. Wait, hold on. Somebody said they've been looking for that key. Wait, Tony, is that really true? Have they really been looking for this key? Okay, so the door can open and close without this key, guys, okay?
Yeah, it just can't, but why would they need to lock it? I mean,
I don't know. Like, guys,
if it does lock,
they can go put their stuff in my drawers, all right? Because now they're empty. So I love that they've been looking for this key while I have it. I also took a cherry from the HOH room because thank you, Hanny and Shell. When I was HOH, I took a cherry because, like, I wanted something to remind me of my HOH. So I took a little...
I don't know why you guys are starting... I remember I saw you guys using strawberries to count. Now they're using M&Ms. I remember I started using strawberries to count the votes, but I was like, you know what, this is so obvious. Yeah. It's so obvious. Like, when I see someone counting with anything, I'm like, they're counting votes. So I started counting everything in my head. I'm like, just do it mentally. It's a mental exercise, and just to count it in my head, just so that no one picks up what I'm doing. But I was like, I'm surprised that this season they're like so open with like the M&Ms right now. And then I'm like, you guys make it so obvious. I mean, I thought like people would be more discreet. Like the people you hang out with, like if you hang out with them too long, like I know Morgan, Zach, and Vince were like a trio because they stay up every night. Like so, I don't know how Vince is functioning. He stays up so late. So late.
I really tried to throw them under the bus a little bit when I had a feeling Mickey was considering putting me up because I was like, Mickey, I was like low key, like, yes, I would want to go in All Stars, and Adrian should go in All Stars too. I was talking to Mickey, and I was like, Morgan has a final 3 with them, right? And she's trying to get you to get rid of me so that you work with them. And Mickey goes, no. She goes, we have an alliance. It's not a final 3, it's a final 4, and it doesn't include you. And I was like,
okay, she told you that?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you don't think it's a final 3 that they put you at the bottom of so they could run your HOH? And that's exactly what they did. Because me going home was better for Morgan's game than Mickey's game. I still think it was a bad move for Mickey's game to send me home because I was never putting her up. I still, even if I had stayed, I wouldn't have put her up. Isn't that crazy? Like, so yeah, me going home was like actually wild for her game considering that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't get that. But also, here's the cherry. You remember the HOH cherries?
Yeah. I'm surprised. Like, I think it would have been better for maybe Mickey's game if she put up Vince instead of you. But, I mean, the fact that Morgan influenced that, kind of, and then who else did that?
I mean, that was Morgan's game move, not Mickey's. Chris says the players who are targeting each other that are not you. Agreed, Chris, but like, what's it called? Riley and Catherine were going to be gunning for Mickey no matter what deal they struck because for Riley, it wasn't that you took his HOH, and you know this, Adrian. For Riley, it was that you prevented him from talking to his family and seeing pictures. And no matter what you said, no matter what deal you struck, thank you, Stacey, no matter what deal you did, he was going to come for you because you're the reason he didn't get to hear from his family. So the fact that Catherine didn't go up that week is crazy. Thank you, Marissa.
Yeah, I was surprised. I guess he didn't put up Catherine, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, I also found it surprising, like, okay, just fess up. Who has the power? I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of the power. Yeah. But I mean, I was like, okay. But hey, who knows? Maybe someone would do it, but like, why would you activate it and then tell them, okay, I did it?
Thanks, Lindsay.
But I was surprised that
I didn't expect people to tell me who had the powers when I was asking them either, but also, I was in a final 2 with Mickey and a final 3 with Mickey. She should have told me she had that power. That was crazy.
I thought you might have knew and you just hit it because you knew Keanu had it, obviously. You also knew Kelly. It was pretty obvious because you waited by the thing. I'm like, maybe he knows about me because I remember Kelly telling you in the hammock that I knew who had the power. Yeah. I thought it was obvious. I was like, Jimmy must know, maybe. But I can't tell. He doesn't seem like he knows. But I was like, I just didn't know what the power was. Yeah. I just knew it had to be her. And then that's why when she told me that I asked her, I didn't ask her if she had the power. I just asked her if she knew who had the power. And she told me no. I was like, you're lying. So then after that, I gave that information to Zach.
Yeah. Well, you and others called that because, and Zach clocked this really easily. Because I thought it was Ashley because Ashley was spreading rumors. And then Zach was like, well, Ashley doesn't know what she's talking about. And I'm like, that's fair. And then he goes, Keanu was leading me through the maze or whatever. And he goes, Mickey was leading Ashley. So if Mickey's leading somebody, she has something already. And I'm like, that should have been night and day.
But Mickey's the last one. No, Mickey wasn't the last one.
No, yeah, Kelly was the last one because Kelly, I don't know if chat knows this, but hold on. Chris says all Vince had to do was tell Rachel she was staying no matter what, and that she can beat Kelly in the blockbuster. Yeah, fair. So the last power was Kelly's, and I know that because I was sitting there crying with Ava because I got to hear from Sean. I was really excited about that, and I also knew that my ass was grass if I didn't win HOH. So I was really happy about that. But the second I realized there were other powers still to be claimed, I went and found the dumbwaiter and I sat right next to it. So when Kelly came up with her thing, I felt my hands over it before the dumbwaiter went up, so I knew Kelly had the power because I sat next to the dumbwaiter.
Yeah. I was like, that's brilliant if you got the power first, right? You just wait by it. Man, I'm like, the only thing is, that was a hard comp because you don't know where anything's at. Like, it could literally be anywhere. Yeah. And I was like, I heard, apparently I went in a lot of rooms, but I was like, it didn't matter because it was like, you still didn't find the power. I was trying to go to the back because I'm assuming there would be one in the back, knowing that it's like far away. So I was like, most people are going to be in this room, the first room first. So let me try to get in the far back. Yeah. There has to be a power back there. There normally is, unless people should be there. But my lord, I don't know. You really couldn't see anything.
No, I mean, you couldn't see stuff so badly that like I thought I ended up backstage, like behind the set. So for people who don't know, like we are on a different stage to do this particular challenge, and like the room is like wood that's like propped up, right? So I thought, like how the sets look like this, wood propping up the set. I thought I was crawling back here because it felt like it was dirty and it didn't feel like it was like, I don't know. It felt kind of, it just felt like I was backstage. And then I was in the tunnel for a while. I heard Amy in the tunnel. Poor Amy didn't leave the tunnel. I love when I was talking to her after and she was like, I don't think I left the tunnel. And I was like, no, I don't think you did. She goes, well, all the rooms water. And I was like, no, they weren't. And I didn't leave the tunnel.
I mean, I kept my mouth shut because I was like, I remember, I think I had a veto and I immediately felt like someone grab it. I'm pretty sure it was Keanu. Like I was like, okay, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I felt someone grab it and he let go. And then someone grabbed my ankle. I was like, bro, I'm not a power. But I just kept my mouth shut because I heard Catherine. I was like, if I have the power, like if I had the veto and I checked it and it worked, I didn't want anyone being like, oh, Adrian said it because I heard him. So I kept my mouth shut. I tried to not touch anybody so they won't be like feel how tall I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an interesting comp.
That was fun though. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, yeah, the clock creeping one. The fact that you false started, I was like, Jimmy, come on, you're supposed to be in the game with me because I was like, if anything, I know if you use it, you would keep it the same, and Keanu would be up there. I'm okay going against Keanu.
Okay, wait. You know what's crazy about that? Okay, two things.
What?
One, somebody asked. Thank you, Stacy, for the rose. Somebody asked why nobody's dialed 1313 on the phone. I have no idea why we haven't dialed it. We dialed the so Hotel Mystere was founded July 5th, 2000. We dialed that number 100 times, but yeah, the phone, I'm sure there's something going on with the phone. I really should have just sat there all night before I went home and like rang it.
It's also located in New York.
Huh?
I'm just saying, Hotel Mystere is in New York.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking at all these little details. I knew we had a memory challenge coming up, and that's another reason. Like it would have been. Listen, all these memory challenges and the days. Nobody was counting the days. I know you were counting the days because you know too, and Lauren was too. But nobody was counting the days. I
had to tell Zach. I was like, "Hey, do you know what the first one called? What day it was? Who won this? How many votes?" And he was like, "No." I was like, so he could tell I was like a super fan. He told me that Lauren was a super fan.
Yeah.
And then after that, he never brought it up again because it was like day one. Because I think Lauren accidentally told Zach, "I was like, you're not supposed to tell people you're a super fan." But yeah,
right. I mean, like you can kind of tell. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Patrick. You can kind of tell who it is, who's a super fan. You need to run the days, like what the challenge was called. Thank you, Big Brother. You got to
do it every day.
Was called, what day it happened, what the numbers were, what the votes were, what day was Kelly put up for the third time. Like these were the situations I was running, and nobody else was running numbers. And so I was really only running numbers with Rachel because Rachel was my final two. Which I think was pretty obvious. We weren't trying to hide that we were final two. Like we were just like, because like Morgan never wanted to be around me to not like expose our alliance. But I told Rachel, I'm like, should we hang out as much? And she was like, no, I don't care. And I was like, yeah, actually, I don't care either. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, if we get seen as a duo and I'm sitting on the block next to Rachel, Rachel's going home.
Did you see me and Zach working together or no?
Well, yeah, I knew you were working together because Zach told me.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, because we were heavy hitters, and he was like, which, by the way, that heavy hitters alliance was effectively created to neutralize Nikki and to neutralize Zach as a threat. Because I had two trios. Vince, Rachel, and I, and Morgan, Mickey, and I. And so we came together.
Well, the fact that Zach didn't go up and I did, I was like, didn't he win the competition? I was like, and he looks like a bigger threat. I'm like, so I was like, okay.
Because of your allegiance with Kelly, but caught creeping because here is two interesting things. One, when I sat down, everybody told me that I was like dead last in every round practically, that I almost got eliminated. And they were like, oh, chin up, like you had no shot at winning anyway. I go back to watch the tape, and I saw that I was towards the front every time. And so those, first off, the house guest liars. Second, if I had won that competition, I would have used the veto on you because Amy had been talking shit about me all week. And I had in my mind, I had the Ava approach. You want to talk shit about my noms? Fine, take a seat. And Amy had been talking shit about my noms and talking a lot of shit about me that week that I was HOH. And so in the back of my mind, I was like, first off, rooting for you, but if you didn't win, I was going to use and this is like, there's no reason for me to lie at this point. Thank you for the cowboy hat. There's no reason for me to lie at this point. I was going to use the veto on you because I was going to put up Amy.
I see. I think I knew everybody wanted me to win because they didn't want Keanu to win.
Yeah.
And I knew that comp, like, you just had to have strong legs because I knew that one, but the one that gets people out the most is false starts. Yep. So I was like, I know Casey was trying to do like the switch thing, and I guess Keanu, he wasn't, but then he just kind of lifted it a little bit because those things are said. I just said, my fingers are burning. I'm sure your fingers are burning too. I said it. I was like, this thing is hot. I just knew, just hold it. I don't care about the pain. And then I'm like, then Keanu got out. I was like, dude, I have a shot. But I was like, I don't know if I could beat it because I didn't know if I should like be in a more squat, like leg squat position and then pop off, or should I be a little bit more ahead, but like my feet are like this, and then I have to do like that. I don't know. I was trying to do like something in between, but Whatever.
I was low-key leaning back to put pressure on the buttons, and then I could jump forward, like push myself forward. But also, like, I was holding like I was holding like this. So I was holding like I was gripping the back.
I think I saw that. I think you had a similar one. And like I did. Like you use the back of it to force it in, right?
Yep. So it was like I was holding it like that. Which like, and then I switched it. So that's when I got a false start because I thought I was. So I forget what the buttons. Like guys, the button is this big, but the sensor is just like this big in the middle. Thank you, Emily. And so like if you move your finger to be on the edge of the button, like right here, but it's not over the sensor, then it's a false start because your hand is still technically on it's a casing, right? It's a casing of a button that's much bigger than the actual, like, that's why Keanu false started, which, fun fact, Keanu still does not believe he false started. He believes that was production rigging it for Casey.
I mean, those things are really sensitive. Like, they're really sensitive. Well, that's what I knew that because, I mean, you hear that all the time.
Yeah, well, that's why we stopped for 20 minutes because they contacted the company that was running the buttons.
I don't know anything about that, but
me either.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that. I will say this: I saw your BB blockbuster, the ball in the maze.
Yeah.
And I think you had the right idea, going for the farthest one first. But I was telling myself, it only works if he makes it. If he misses it, he wasted all that time.
And I was
like, it's riskier, but it could pay off.
And they didn't. I don't think it showed on camera, but my ball went in. It was like either in and hopped out, or it went right over the corner. Thank you, Debbie. It went right in or right over the corner. So like the squares like this, the ball either went in or just rode over the corner. The second that ball,
I think you missed it, but I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I didn't look at it like.
I could be wrong too because it was thank you, Logan, very heat of the moment. But like I could have sworn it either went right over or right in, then right out. If it had gone in, I would have won that blockbuster because I got my second ball in before Riley got his third, and my second would have been my third if that first one had gone in. So like,
I saw you two. You were waiting. You weren't like looking straight. You're analyzing it. I was like, okay, he has it. And when you go far, I was like, it's risky because versus like a safer and probably a better option is to do the first one because you're still getting used to like the micro adjustments. Yeah. And then by the time you get the first one, you nail the ball in. And then you also get a more better feel for it. But I was like, if you could make it, it could pay off. But when you missed, I was like,
no, I knew I was going for broke with it. And when I missed it, I knew. I mean, like, love Kelly. She was like, this was actually a blockbuster where she was sucking at it. And honestly, if I was against anybody besides Riley or maybe you, I still probably would have beat them even if I had fallen the ball because I was doing that pretty well. Only because like I'm like good at these. Like we are good at these competitions, but like. Every second you're on that stage or on that set, you're analyzing what's going on around you. Like I was looking at the maze. I was practicing like how to leverage it, even though I couldn't touch it. Like when we were doing that first, I know you went back and watched. Some people haven't gone back and watched. Zay.
Yeah, I have.
The first comp that I won, that I was really downplaying the skills that I used to win that comp because it was not a guessing game for me. Like I knew there were 8 variables, and I have like essentially a math degree, and so I'm going through in my head like so. Back up. So we got it wrong. So all of us got the first round wrong. And so we had to reset and do it again. And the second, when we were backstage waiting for everybody to finish, in my head I was going through the variables. I knew I had like the colors correct, but I was trying to use logic to determine like what key icons, so there were like 4 different key icons, could be like in the actual like square, I guess. And like even when I was waiting in line to go up, I was looking at all the ones around us because like theoretically, right? If it's supposed to look like, thank you, Stacy. Theoretically, if it's supposed to look like the idol or whatever, you're gonna see a majority of the items on a majority of the pieces, right? So like if you barely see any pink diamonds, there's probably not a pink diamond on what we're looking for, right? And so I kind of use that logic to like determine what was going to happen. But all that to say, like when, especially for anybody watching this who's going to go on the show, when you are on stage and like or on set, thank you Gabby for the rose, and you're not able to like start yet, look around, use like every bit of time you're on that stage.
Well, thank you for the roses.
Yeah, Gabby. Thank you for the roses, Gabby.
You're so good with that. I'm not used to like the gifts or reading the chat. I feel like I'm just talking to you, so I'm not that good at reading chats. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get better. Jimmy's excellent at this. Like he's killing it.
I love the chats. I love the gifts, guys. Gift, because we are off the show. Thank you, Jen. No, but every second you're on that stage or set, you want to be looking around. You want to be using something to your advantage. That hat looks really good on you.
Thank you for the hat, Dave.
But yeah, you want to be looking around. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Logan. You guys heard the call. We said we ain't getting that check anymore. Yeah, you want to be looking around and you want to be utilizing like everything around you at all times to give you an advantage. I don't think everybody realizes that, but
yeah,
maybe it's a good thing for them that we're gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could have gone like differently. Oh, thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, there's a lot of things like you like. Like I don't know if you should have technically been out. It doesn't make no sense. You're like, I mean, it makes sense. Like if you look back, you understand why. But people are putting up like Lauren. Like we're supposed to work together. Yeah. Will was supposed to work even though she wasn't. She didn't talk much with Will. Indeed. If we had just stuck to like our alliances, maybe something would have happened. Because I promised I would protect Lauren and Zach, and then Riley and Catherine because they're going to be obviously targets. I said same thing with Vince.
Yeah.
Ava. I mean, like, I mean, there's a lot of things. But I mean, maybe that's just me. But like you, like Mickey putting you up, I was like, this cast is, I think probably one of the most unloyalist casts I've ever seen. Like, there's no big alliances, there's no true loyalty because if you're loyal to everyone, you're loyal to nobody.
That part. So, and I said that in one of my nomination speeches. Also, the vegan cookie crumbles didn't make the show. I love that one. Everybody thinks my lines were unoriginal because my original lines didn't make the show. It was kind of crazy. I just thought it was fun. I love. Listen, the vegan cookies in the house were the best.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks, Rita. But no, it's like Mickey. You should have put up Catherine. Like you're double aligned with me, then you're singly aligned with Vince. So it should have been Vince over me. Like they didn't even tell me they were putting me up either. Like
I saw that.
Like, oh, so this is some stuff for you, Adrian, because you know how this works. You know how that ceremony is usually at like 12:30 or 1:30?
Yeah. That's
usually we have to go outside. They called us to go outside at 9 a.m.
Really?
Because
I remember your feelings were like.
Yeah, because I think production knew that Mickey was going to put me up, and they needed the time to do like, the story editing and stuff to make it work. Mm-hmm. Because if you notice at the end of Sunday's episode that week, it was Catherine talking about potentially going on the block because that's what I think they thought was going to happen. And then when they realized, because it was literally the night before, Mickey, Zach, Vince, and Morgan made an alliance essentially to get me out of the house and said, all right, I think I want Jimmy to go home this week. Then at 9 a.m., they're like, hey guys, we need you outside in 5 minutes. Oh my God, look how beautiful I look. Thank you, Sammy. They're like, guys, we need you outside in like 5 minutes or whatever. So that's when
Yes, I will go on the challenge.
Yes.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, you got it. Yes, we both would go on the challenge, just in case anybody challenges watching. I will go whatever show calls me. But I'm downstairs eating a bagel. I'm not even dressed because I didn't even think I was going up. And then Morgan's like, hey, come upstairs. And I'm like, okay, cool. I saw an iron and a shirt. I'm like, oh, I ironed for you for the ceremony. I guess I'll iron for you now. I do know that Vince threw me under the bus. But so I ironed her shirt and went back downstairs, kept eating my bagel. And they go, Ava was dragging me on the feeds. That's crazy. So then I was ironing her shirt and I went back down to eat my bagel. And they're like, no, come up here. And that's when they're like, so we're going to consider putting you up. And I was like, yeah, crazy. And then we're sitting outside and obviously we can't talk. No, I never formed an alliance against Morgan and Mickey. Thank you for the hearts. So, but what sunk me, Adrian, was after your eviction, Keanu thought Vince, Zach, and I were going to vote to keep you. Obviously we didn't. So we had to do damage control with Keanu. And so I was talking to Keanu and Kelly and I was like, we need to like vote together as a block. Like if we vote together, blah, blah, blah. So in my head, I knew I had the heavy hitters. But if I could bring the people together that weren't the heavy hitters and also form a group with them, just in case one of them won HOH, that was kind of the plan. So I was trying to be
proactive. Thank you, voice for the cat.
Yes, hello. Thanks, Sammy, for the crown. So that was like the logic behind like forming that with them. But Vince was also in the room and he was going to be a part of it. And my logic there was like, Vince can keep me loyal to the heavy hitters while also working with Kelly and Keanu. But then when they didn't win HOH, I was like, there's no worries. Vince threw the HOH comp so that Keanu would. And I was like, cool, that meant nothing then. I didn't need to do all that. Well, that storage room conversation, Keanu told Mickey and Morgan about it, and then Vince confirmed it when he was throwing me under the bus, and I think that was enough
I saw that.
To sink me, but I was like,
damn. I was doing the same thing. And then, like, also, at the exact same time, look, even though, yes, you were covering your bases, you're trying to make other alliances to cover your butt, it was, I wouldn't think that it was, like, an attack on them, but more just you covering your bases. Right. But at the same time, like, you knew you weren't close with Kat, and even if Jimmy like you knew that you were still good with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And like in my head, it would have been like the same instance with Vince, right? Like he's working with other people, but he's not like actively against me at the moment. And plus, if you take out someone from the other side, that only makes your allies draw into closer towards you. You know what I mean? So I was like, I don't think it was like the best move, but it's recoverable. I think. But right now, she's not in the best position. Mickey, she is not.
No, she's not at all. And like, my logic. Thank you, Jennifer. My logic with Keanu was like, listen, if he is gunning for Mickey and Morgan and thinks that I don't want to work with Mickey and Morgan, then he won't put the three of us up. Because at the end of the day, Mickey, Morgan, and I wanted to. The last thing we wanted was the three of us to end up on the block. So my strategy was let me lean into Keanu and let him think that I'm targeting Mickey and Morgan, so that he puts up Mickey and Morgan and Ashley instead of Mickey, Morgan, and Jimmy. And then even if he trusts me, I can also throw in maybe put up Mickey, maybe put up Ashley, maybe put up Will, and then try to backdoor Morgan so that we can prevent all three of us from ending on the block. Thank you, Cass. But I think they got mad that I viewed Ashley and Will as expendable to our group, but I did. So I don't know what to do with all that because I explained them my strategy. I'm like, because Mickey was essentially like, Keanu started looking at us as a target instead of you. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Stacy. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, why didn't you tell him to target you instead? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Be like, hey, Keanu, you should target me. Leave them out of it. What do you want me to do with that?
It's a crazy season, man. I mean, to be fair, I feel like this season kind of. I mean, it seems obvious. They want to take out the big threats, even though Kelly was a threat. I think they just feared that you are going to be like retaliate if you had survived. Because I think you would have, would you not?
No. Okay, so if I had won the Blockbuster and won HOH the next week, thanks for the roses, thanks Marissa. If I had won HOH after winning the Blockbuster, I would not have put up Mickey. I would have put up Morgan, Vince, and Zach.
Morgan, Vince, and Zach.
Because they had turned on me, and they all said, thanks Jennifer, they all said something to me that like clued me into the fact that they had engineered this a little bit. Separately, they all said, and I quote, we expected fireworks from you after you got blindsided.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, Ethan and Grandma.
Yes. Thank you for the heart, Sailor. But they had all said we expected fireworks from you after we blindsided you. But I was having one-on-ones with each of them, but they all said the same thing. They said we expected we expected fireworks when we blindsided you, and they used the words we. But all three of them said that. Morgan, Vince, and
Thank you, Stacey, for the heart.
And so I was like, well, that exposes y'all are working together. But if I had to put up a renom, it would have been Mickey. So say Vince won the veto or whatever. I would have stood up in front of the room and said, well, payback's a bitch. Mickey on the seat. It's all I would have said. I'm like, you know what? You put me up, now I'm putting
I thought you were gonna say something on your eviction.
I had planned to before I left. I told everybody to get rid of Morgan because I think Morgan's playing a really good game. I think from my side of the house, like with Ashley, Will, Ava, Mickey, Rachel, if they get rid of the bubble gum. It looks cute on you. If they get rid of Mickey, or if they get rid of Morgan, they can pull Mickey closer because Morgan has pull over Mickey that Vince doesn't have. So my whole thing and I planted those seeds before I left. I told Ashley to target Morgan. I told Rachel target Morgan. I told everybody else like target Morgan. I told Vince that you couldn't trust Zach and Morgan because they were working against him, and I told him they had a final two, even though that wasn't true. But I told him that. I also opened a condom. I opened the condom box and then threw a condom away before I left, just to get people talking. But no, I was stirring the pot in that house. But I didn't need to like. I knew they wanted fireworks, and I knew they expected that, so I didn't want to give them. It's not called expect the expected. So when they were expecting fireworks, I was not going to give them to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so you said this. You said you would take Rachel to the final two, but I think if I remember correctly, Rachel said, yeah, she liked Jimmy. She would have took Jimmy far, but like he would have to go eventually. Yeah. Do you think she would have really took you to the final two? Because again, that could have changed. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think if we had gotten through what we had just gotten through in terms of like my last week there, I think she would have taken me to final two because we would have been like, it would have been us versus the world effectively. And Rachel does very well with that. So I do think so.
I think Rachel's always been wanting to take Ava to final two because Rachel thinks she can beat Ava, and I think she's right about that.
Yeah,
I think she can.
so too.
So I think Rachel would have brought me to final two, but I think if it was me, Rachel, and Ava in final three, I think they would have sent me to jury, which is smart. I do think because I think I would have between the three of them. I think I have a stronger shot to beat Rachel than Ava does. So but if Rachel moving forward, Rachel should be Rachel should take Ava with her to final two. 100%.
I mean, I don't think I would have took Rachel to the final two. Yeah. Not that me and Rachel would have worked together, but I could have saw a world that we could have worked, but like it would have been temporary because I knew she would have seen me as a threat.
Yeah.
She could tell she wants to work with Keanu. Like she's telling him, like trying to put reason into Keanu, but Keanu just tells Vince, and Vince tells everybody else. And I mean, but I don't know if Rachel would actually take Keanu to final two because she said it at least in the episode in the DR that he would win because he has too big of a resume. I don't know how the jury would feel about that if it was Keanu and Rachel, but like I don't know if she would, knowing that there is a risk that she could lose because I think Rachel will be loyal, but I think if she had to make like a call to win, like I think she would do it because I think she's gonna do what it takes to win. And that's why I thought she was. I mean, I wanted her out because she was a good player and she knew how to play the game. Thank you for the roses.
Rachel was a good player. I never wanted her out necessarily. I mean, I wanted her out at the beginning, but like after that point, thanks Brian, thanks Jack Green. After like day 3, I was like team Rachel 100% all the way. Adrian, who do you think is in the best? Rank the top 3 people you think are in the best position to win at this point. Thanks, Sophia.
Win? Okay. So I'm gonna so there's a lot that people need to work on. So I would say top 3 probably Will.
Yep.
I could see him easily making final 2 even. Winning, it just depends who it is and how much resume he could build from here and now. Yeah. Next would probably be Rachel. Mm-hmm. Maybe Rachel. We'll see. Maybe Rachel, Will, and this one. I mean, I could go with Vince, but I'm gonna go with let's throw Ashley.
Wait, Adrian, do you know that people kind of ship you and Ashley a little bit?
I do.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, what is there to say? I mean, like I think we all know Ashley is a smart, attractive woman. Yeah. But I don't know if you guys know this. I don't think I'm her type. I mean, just to be straight up. I mean, I think I'm not gonna say what her type is. I'm sure she will tell you. Maybe there's clips of it, but I'm telling you, I don't think I'm her for her type for that reason.
But wait. If she was like, I would go on a date with you just to see where things go. Would you go on a date with Ashley? At least one date.
That is an interesting question. I don't know if I want to answer that.
No, Adrian, you reset. You have your thing in front of you. Yes or no? You don't have to answer, but I think it'd be interesting if you did. Okay, we know it's yes. We know
like you said, bro.
I would say yes. I would go on a date with Ashley. So, do you agree?
Look. I'm a person that values like character, like who you are at heart. So I would say, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yay! Guys, send Adrian some roses for that because yes, he did.
Like I said, I don't know. Like I wouldn't say.
You never know.
I don't know.
You never know what Ashley's doing.
Thank you for the roses.
Because you never know what Ashley's really saying in this game, right? Yes, Jenna. Yeah. Those roses. Because Ashley's lying a lot in like a good way.
Thank you for that.
Thanks, Diddy. Thanks, Jack.
Roses and cat.
You know what we did? We did this a lot in the house. We like good night, love you. We did that a lot.
Thank you, Jack.
That's iconic. Oh, thank you, iHeartRadio. No, that's iconic. I don't know. I think a lot of people low key like Ashley in the house, kind of.
I think. Well, look. If you think about it in this aspect, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me like 1 second. Here, so look. So I'm like, this is so ugly. I don't have my official board yet, but like, if we break this down real quick, that's
the Thursday board.
Yeah. So like, if we think about it, like,
Okay, where's my picture, Adrian? Where's my picture?
Okay, well, me and Zach, I printed it out because this is like kind of like our draft. This is our draft.
Okay. I mean, I'm eliminated. I'm eliminated. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. I mean, I actually have your picture, right here. I printed out everybody.
Here I am. Oh.
Yeah, it's just not on the potential winners, I guess. But because like Ashley, like because I think about it like what's the first rule? Like being in the winning, not the majority, the winning alliance. And if you think about it, Ashley's connected to Will, she's connected to Rachel, she's connected to Mickey, she's somewhat connected to Morgan, you know. So I was like, she's well connected. She's hasn't been put up on the block yet. People don't want to like. She's being protected by like Mickey and Morgan, and Rachel. So I was like, there's a potential she goes far. Yeah. Will again, his threat management is perfect right now. Like no one sees him as a threat. Everyone loves to tell him things. Yeah. I was like, so he's in a good position. And Rachel, I don't know. I'm just picking her because I'm like, she knows how to play this game. Yeah. People again, no one wants to take the shot, or at least not now. Yeah. I'm assuming someone has to have the balls to take the shot later in the season. But, I mean, I don't know. The fact that people are, like, scared to put her up, I mean, hey, I'm not going to bet against her. You know, that's why I would have wanted her out earlier. But, yeah, I remember, trust me, I remember the words you said. You're like, Rachel already had her time. She needs to go. But then week 2 came along and I was like, and you named your noms. I was like, bro, where was Jimmy? Where was week 1 Jimmy?
No, really, no, you clocked that. You clocked that because I kept telling everybody, I'm like, whoever wins week 2 HOH has it easy because they can just put up Rachel. She'll go home. It'll be clean. It'll be easy. But then I'm week 2 HOH, and I had a final 2 with Rachel by that point already. So that's why I
know. I was like, you know what? And then like the fact that Zach's not going up, Riley. Yep. I was like, these are big competitors. I was like, bigger than me. Riley's taller than me. Zach is bigger. I want to say he's a little taller than me.
Riley was this close, but you're connected.
Yeah, but I heard you didn't talk to Lauren. You said you're going to talk to Riley and Lauren, but Lauren said she never talked to her, and I believed it. I was like, it just makes the most sense for your position to put me up. Yeah. And honestly, if I was going to even be considered, I was like week 3, I wish I had played in that veto because I felt like I would have at least gave Keanu a run for his money, him and Lauren. But like, who knows? I never played in it, so we'll never know. But versus the Blockbuster, because that one was more mental than physical. So I was like, fudge, you know. I mean,
yeah.
And I'm working on some mental comps to practice for. Yeah. But the study comp where the one at my Blockbuster is really hard to mimic because it's different when you look at 2 separate screens and notice the difference versus in an entire room. You have more to look at, so it's a little bit harder to study. Thank you for the roses.
It is hard to study. Do you think so? People have a theory Kelly threw that to you. Do you believe that to be true?
She tried to throw it. I think she thought about it. I don't know if she really did throw it. I don't think she threw it. I think she thought about it, and maybe she would have. Maybe I should have asked her to, and then she probably would. But like, I didn't know if I wanted to ask her and do that, knowing that I don't know. I knew she was going. Maybe I should have been a little bit more ruthless, and let's see if she would have done it because I didn't know if she would actually do it, and then it would leave a bad taste in her mouth. But I just knew that when
if she had thrown it, she would have gone home.
Yeah, I know. It will. I think he might have got it right.
Yeah, because he counted.
I was like, man, you're my backup plan. Yeah. Oh man, like this, like again, there's so many things like how like Lauren said she made her decision like right there in the moment, like that she was gonna do Ashley, and then she switched to me, and then the fact that like the vote like could have been different, and then or the Blockbuster could have been different. Like there's so many little things that could have been different. That like a lot of bad things had to happen, but it was so hard because everyone was campaigning. Like I remember I stayed up one time to talk to Lauren at 4, and then Mickey was giving me so much hassle for it, and I was like, you guys are going in clockwork. It's like Morgan comes out, Mickey goes in, Mickey goes out, Rachel goes in, Rachel comes out, Ashley goes in, and then I'm like, then I go in, and then I come out, and then they do it all over again. I'm like, bro. So it's like. But I think I don't know if Zach and Vince like they had influence over Lauren, but they didn't use it as much as they wanted to because I think they were like, I don't want to push Lauren and then get the blame on them, and then like make that decision for her. So I was like, fudge. But I mean, that's all in the past. But like, I mean, it's interesting to talk about. I do have a question though.
Yeah,
I heard you say I don't want Adrian in the jury because he would pick the nicest person. Did you actually believe that?
Yes, because you said it over and over again, and I'm like, we talked about this. I'm like, I'm not
pick the nicest.
Listen, you said that. You were like, I would pick whoever was nicest.
I promise you, I never said that. I said I hate liars. I know I said that.
Listen.
I would have picked the person that played the best game, but like,
if you had said that, I probably wouldn't put you up week 2.
Well, I didn't even know you were thinking that. Like who would pick someone because they're the nicest? I think you just thought that I was nice, maybe, and that I wouldn't.
I might have misinterpreted what you were saying in the moment because I was very heated post like Keanu, like whatever was happening with Keanu at the time, but I was under the impression. So the way that came off to me is you were like, "I'm going to vote for like whoever's nicest when I'm in jury," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not the nicest, so I'm going to send you home."
I don't think I've ever mentioned that. Like, I'm pretty sure. I remember a lot of conversation. I never said I would vote for the nicest person. I would never say that. One, I don't remember saying it. Two, I wouldn't even have said that. So I'm like, I think there was a misconception. Because I was like, as long as you don't lie to me, I hate liars, blah, blah, blah. And then so I was like, because everyone's going to lie. And I was going to like, everyone was going to lie. So then it was going to justify, because after week 1, I think people were like saying that Adrian can't lie. I know Mickey said Adrian literally can't lie. Yeah. So I was like, if I start lying now, it would be bad. So I need an excuse to lie, so the people aren't calling me lie. Because look, Kelly, there's two things. Like, she lied so much off the bat, it was a bad look. So lying isn't always the best. Like, you have to like do it strategically, not just willy nilly. Keanu did it too, and you see how there are. I don't know why.
There's no logic for why they lie. There's no logic for why they lie. Like, I lied about my job because I didn't want people to know I did strategy as a profession, right? So I think that's a strategic lie, right? Though I think everybody was clocking that I was lying about my career, so that's fine. But like, Kelly would lie about things that had no rhyme or reason. Like, to lie, like, she would go up to Ashley and she would say, "How are you doing? I know your best friend just went home." And Ashley's like, "Obviously, I'm sad about it." And Kelly'd be like, "Oh, do you blame anybody?" And Ashley's like, "No, I mean, like, Amy wanted to go and she got to keep her job, so it's all good." And then Kelly would be like, "Oh, so you blame Jimmy for Amy going home?" And Ashley'd be like, "I mean, I guess." And then Kelly would march right over to me after pulling that out of Ashley and be like, "Do you know what Ashley just said so unprompted?" And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "She blames you for Amy going home. She's gunning for you, da da da." And I'm like, "Why would you say all this?" Because I heard the conversation, Kelly. Like, anyway, that was crazy to me.
Yeah, and then everyone associated me and Kelly, and I'm like, it wasn't like even like by choice a little bit. I mean, I was like, okay, week 1. She gave me a lot of information. Yeah. But like, also, she told Amy that I told someone that, hey, put her on the block. I never said that. I think. So I was like, why is Kelly that I'm supposed to work? Because me and Vince and Kelly had a final 3 that was unnamed because Kelly refused to name it. Yeah. But I also knew they were in a final 2. They didn't have to tell me, because if you're pulling me in a final 3 and none of those other 2 in the final 3 says, hey, let's have a final 2 and bring in this person, I know I'm that third person. I was like, that's pretty darn obvious. Yeah. So it's like, so yeah. Oh my Lord. So, and then like, I don't know, I guess when it came to week 3, I was like, we're trying to distance ourselves, but I mean, at that point the damage is done. But Kelly did give me information that I really wouldn't get, like, from Rachel. Yeah. Like, she told me a lot about Rachel because me and Rachel's connection weren't that great. I think it's because she wanted me to cry and open up a little bit, but I wouldn't do that. Yeah. And I was like, it's nothing personal. We could talk game, but like, I don't want to like cry in front of you. Like, I don't think I cried in front of anybody besides maybe Ava and Riley. That one night that I knew Lauren was not giving me a clear answer. I was gonna go alone because I'm not really. I didn't want to cry in front of people. Yeah. But like, everyone was in every room, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside, but they're outside. I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go over there. Yeah. But
no, I'm the same way. I didn't want to cry in front of people. Like, when I got nominated, I was trying super hard not to cry as I sat on that chair. When I was... So Rachel... So y'all didn't... I don't know if y'all... Thank you, Paige. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Rachel stormed out of the room when Mickey put me up and was sobbing in the bathroom, and they had to call her back into the room. Because, Jake was like, "Rachel, like, ceremony's not done. Can you get back to the living room?" So when I hugged Rachel at the end of that ceremony, I started bawling, and she pulled me outside because she didn't want me to cry in front of everybody. Love her for that. Wait, Adrian, side note. I know we're not allowed to talk about production. The names they give us are not their real names.
Oh, really?
Thanks, Eden. Like Jake, Gavin, Carrie, those are not their names.
I don't know who those people are, but yeah, I believe you.
Who are you talking to in the DR?
Dude, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, me either. I don't know.
But yes, I believe you.
Okay, yeah, so their names aren't real. Their names aren't real, which like I thought was like kind of crazy. Also, if y'all send galaxies before I end this live, I will follow you back. So last thing, Adrian, because I have to make dinner because I'm flying to Florida tomorrow to see my family. What was your favorite and least favorite room in the house?
Favorite room? I don't know. I loved them all. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, but it'd probably be. I keep saying the loft, but the gym was nice to talk to, like game wise. But I think the loft was pretty comfortable. Least favorite room?
Yeah.
That's it. I would probably just go with the bathroom, just because I spend the least amount of time in there. Yeah. But I mean, the bathroom couches were pretty darn comfortable. I just felt weird to stay in there, like and just chill in the bathroom. So I was like,
oh, thanks for the Galaxy Eaton, getting that follow back. Yeah, and thanks, Cassidy. The bathroom. I actually liked the bathroom. That was actually my favorite room.
It was a nice bathroom. I mean, like I said, I like every room. It's just like, if I had to pick one, I guess it's the bathroom, based off how much I stayed in there.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, the have not room was also a nice one to go to, because it felt like no one should be in that room.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, it was fun to talk to people, and everybody was always in and out of there. So I really enjoyed that. I would say also, like, least favorite room, the hallway room, like the attic or whatever. You could never talk in that room. Oh, thank you guys so much. Somebody did say if I wanted a Galaxy, I needed to talk about Mickey, but they called her Minnie.
That's because they're talking about Mickey and Vinny.
Vinny. Minnie.
Or
so
Morgan and Vinny.
Whoever said that I should talk about Mickey, were you talking about Morgan and Vinny, or were you talking about, like, what is Mickey? Are you talking about Mickey as in Minnie, or Minnie as in, wait, what's Minnie? I don't know. Minnie is Morgan and Vinny. Oh, okay, wait, yeah, Adrian, what do you think about Minnie?
Minnie? What's that, like Vince
Morgan
and
Vinny?
Mickey?
Morgan and Vinny.
What about him? like as like a relationship? Morgan and
Vinny. Like, you've been watching the live feeds.
Yeah. Oh, you're not talking about Mickey.
You know how? Okay.
No.
You know how
Start over. Fresh start.
Okay. How do you feel about Minnie?
Minnie is who?
Morgan and Vince. Like,
Morgan and Vince.
Yes. Like,
what I feel about it, I mean,
Vince is all over Morgan for having a girlfriend. That's what
I find it interesting for Morgan because, like I said, like she did seem a little bit possessive over Zach and Vince. Mickey told me this. Mickey, yeah, no shade, like no personal shade, like game wise. Mickey told me this, that she was like every time like Zach's in the room or Vince in the room, Morgan has to go in there and kind of control the conversation. I'm telling Vince this as I'm speaking to him. I'm telling him, hey, this is what Mickey said. Blah 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 blah. Morgan opens the door. Oh, hey, I was looking for you. I was like, do you guys need to talk? Okay, I'll leave. I was like exactly like that, and I was trying to give Vince like the talk, like, hey, you guys are kind of being painted like me and Kelly are being painted.
Yeah.
Like keep me, like basically kind of like also as another reason to keep me, like I'll take the shots that you won't, like Rachel's coming after you, Ashley's coming after you, they said they're coming after you. I was like, you should keep me, but hey, whatever. I mean, I would have been afraid to take those shots.
Me either.
Yeah.
But you know what I will say, because I'm watching this chat right now. Listen, love them as people. Morgan and Vince are too close and are too cuddly for somebody who's in a relationship, because that would not fly with me. If I was doing that, Sean would not pick me up from the airport. So, like, Vince needs to stop cuddling with Morgan, because it's his problem. Morgan needs to stop, like, getting all up on that. Morgan also, because I saw this in the chat too, Morgan pulling the toothbrush out of the trash can is crazy. Keeping Zach's little bracelet he left is kind of wild. Like, I get we love each other and we leave gifts for people, but, like, I left Rachel a hoodie, right? I left somebody else some sunglasses. Like, we all leave things for people, and you make sure they know. Like, I folded my hoodie for Rachel, sprayed my cologne on it, and left it on her bed, right? Or I gave Ashley sunglasses because she wanted a different style. You don't throw something in the trash, and you're like, oh, it was meant for me. Like,
thank you for the donut.
Like, that's crazy. I want a donut so badly right now. Oh, I love a donut.
Wait, did Morgan tell anyone about that toothbrush? She had told me.
I saw the toothbrush. What? I saw the toothbrush. That was crazy. Like, that was crazy.
Wait, I know, but, like, were you in the house? You weren't in the house, right?
No, that was after I left. Because that was after Zach.
Yeah.
He threw the toothbrush.
Did she tell anybody in the house?
What about anybody in the house?
did she tell anybody in the house that she took out the toothbrush?
No, I think it's just between her and the live feed.
I was like, if she already told anybody, I mean, I think I would have gave a reaction. I'm like, oh, thank you for the pizza. So I was like, yeah,
That was not tea. Okay, so everybody's asking, and you do not have to talk about this if you don't want to, because I get it's a sensitive topic, but I've talked about it a lot.
Thank you for the hearts.
And since y'all we're about to talk about this, y'all better start gifting because we're gonna talk about Riley. What are your thoughts on the Riley situation? Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Lindsay. And you don't have to answer this.
I mean, what about it?
I should just talk about it.
Thank you, Dan, for the donut. I mean, I don't really like talk about it, obviously, because it's not like I guess I'm not really a fan of talking like bad about anybody. But like I just think of it game wise because it's not like my place to say, but like when it comes to the live feeds, you can talk because like that is what I could prove, that is what I seen. And I mean, you guys see the same thing that I see on the lives, and I mean, like I think I would agree with the majority there, but like yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak bad on anybody because like I don't know, it's not like I wouldn't say not my business to say, but like I think everyone has an opinion on it, and I mean, I don't know. That's I guess how I feel. I mean, I don't want to.
I feel that Adrian. I feel the same way. I've always said because like this is not the first live I've done it when everybody's like talk about Riley. Like, I would prefer not to talk about things that don't directly affect me. That's just the way I see it. Though, what directly affects me is our perception of Riley is very different than everybody else's perception of Riley, like outside the house. So that surprised me. And I spent a lot of time around Catherine and Riley. So speaking from my experience there, what really surprised me is he treated her very differently when they were one-on-one, and that really shocked me a little bit. Because I was like, like, trying to guilt her into taking a shower with you and then crying when she doesn't get in the shower is kind of like crazy behavior. But he never did that in front of people, so I think that's the main disconnect that comes from the live feeders is like, we are only in one room at a time. They are in every room at every time. You know what I mean? So like they get to see, they get to see what's going on. At the end of the day, like, I've talked to everybody, even Amy, indirectly. You're in the group chat. That's the only talk I've had with Amy. But, like, we'll talk on Thursday. But, like, we've talked to everybody. We're clearly, thanks, Patty. We're clearly not engaging with Riley in the same way for obviously various reasons. And I think that shows enough. But, like, like, I don't want him. And it's the same way I felt about Keanu. Thanks, Darlene. Same way I felt about Keanu the week I was evicted. I was hanging out with him. Thanks, Darlene. And I think this was an issue for Mickey. I was hanging out with him all the time that week because he was by himself. Like, I never want somebody to feel all alone, by themselves, on an island. Like, I felt that way a lot growing up. And I don't want anybody to feel isolated or alone or sad or not feeling they have any options to reach out to people, especially in the house. Outside of the house, Riley has his family. Riley is back at home, so that's good for him. I don't feel like I need to reach out. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't like people feeling alone and don't want to feel like I would be ganging up on him. But also, like, Riley did things in that house that were disrespectful, and, like, Riley owes people an apology. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm okay really speaking about is, like, the perception, because I was only there 3 weeks. Right. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for, I don't know what that is, a butterfly. Thank you, DJ. So, like, because I understand, like you said, like, what you see on the live feeds, there's really nobody really around. I mean, I was only there 3 weeks, so I mean, of course, you were there longer, Zach was there longer, but like, I didn't see any of that, and I mean, like, and then like the whole perception was different because I think, like, he came off in the house like a very respectful guy, very like genuine at least, so it's like I could see how like that did, like why the house sees them differently because it's like it's different. The public sees a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, 100%. And that's the thing with the live feeds. They see a lot more than we do. So, like, things are a lot more clear. But yes, Riley has things he needs to work through. That's T. Somebody asked if I played a better game than Frankie Grande. No, I did not. I just have to clock that because he's sending me voice notes right now, and he will yell at me probably if I say it better.
He was a competitor. I will say that. Frankie Grande, he is a competitor.
He made it very clear that we were playing different games, but he still...
Oh.
He was like, I might have played a much different game than you. And I was like, much more different game. And I'm like, whatever. I love you for that. Like, the fact that I'm talking to, like, I mean, we're both fans of the show. The fact that I'm even talking to people who were on the show is crazy. Like, the fact that I was on a live with Taylor, or that I talked to, like, these things were crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, Chelsea texted us after eviction, you know, like...
I mean, you were a smart player, Jimmy. It's unfortunate that we couldn't work together.
You know what? I wish we had had a better conversations week one. I kind of wish... Did you throw the first HOH comp?
I did.
So did I, and so did Ashley.
I figured because you guys were throwing it way better. I was so upset because I was like, okay, I don't want to look like I'm not trying, so I need to get something. But when I looked over at the numbers, it was like, this looks too easy. Yeah. Like, so I put the bottom two up, and then I'm like, and then I'm kind of waiting for Vince, or like because Vince was probably the only one I was worried about. Me and Ashley, we didn't talk to Vince, so I was throwing it. But then when Vince starts getting it, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. And then I'm like. So then I'm like, I'm still like deciding as like I'm kind of holding the bottom two. I'm like, and plus I'm like really tired. I was like, I could throw it plus because of the first bridge one. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, you're a comp beast. You're so good at comps. I was trying to like, but then so I should have like thrown it completely or win it all. I can't do it in between. But yeah, you guys like, I was the first one to have like my 2 rows up, and then I basically waited for all you guys to catch up. Yeah. And then I'm like. But then, like, the show showed something completely different. But, like I said, like, I showed my cards too much, and I think it made me a threat, so it put me on some people's radar. And I was like, this is the only one I shouldn't have thrown. Yeah. But, like, I was really trying to win the one Zach got.
Yeah. No,
I knew it was a power.
And you would have won that if he hadn't, like, had a good strategy to, like, check above the doors while you were checking down. And that was a luck. And it's sort of...
He just saw the doors. I checked all but 2. And then he checked the 2-1 and he just guessed. I was like, watch.
Yeah, but hey. And he did. And you know what? I would have picked Zach instead of you if he had won that, so it would have been a whole different thing. But yeah, so everybody threw it to Vince, I think, because, like, guys, so the audience didn't see this, but this thing in the middle that had the various things on it, like, this was moving because you had to balance the center and the side things. So I knew you need to start from the ground up because you need to build a solid foundation so it stays. So I started building it from the top down because I knew that would never work, right?
I actually think the top would be better because remember in leverage, like the top, like if you're like doing like a wrench, it's more sensitive on top. So if you do the top, rather if you have the bottom two and you try to mess with the top, I feel like it would be more sensitive. Versus if you get the top and you keep it still, then you move down, the bottom would be less sensitive as you move it. I think, but of course I wasn't planning to win it, so I just did it from the bottom. So I think the top, and I think that's what Vince did. I think he started from the top, but we could disagree there, but I think
I think he started from the bottom, but yeah, either way, it's kind of crazy with your Vince. All I'm saying is like, I think there was an opportunity for a random alliance of like you, me, Vince, and Lauren to like, you, me, Vince, Lauren. There was somebody else. It would be nice to have gotten the fans of the show together to go after the recruits. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I honestly like the fact that Zay asked me, like I love Zay, but he asked me what a veto was. Like, why are we doing this? You know what I mean? Like, so I
was okay with him because he was a bigger target than I was. So I was like, that's okay. You need that in the Big Brother house, and I did have that. But they took themselves off the block, so
that's true.
I was left with Will. I was like, dang it. So
hey, I was so bad. You would have stayed against Kelly. I went home sitting next to Kelly. So
yeah, I know. I know. And I was like, this is my last pitch effort. I was like, Jimmy, please vote. I wasn't gonna cry, but then when Will started crying, I couldn't help it. Yeah. So I was like, I really didn't plan to cry, but then Will started tearing up, and then he talking about me. I was trying to fight it, but mother flipper, man. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, no, you almost got me. I mean, you grabbed my hand and you said, "Do I still have you?" And I
think I might have had Ava for a second. But then we can look at Zach.
Yeah, when
Zach was shaking his head no.
Yep. So when you said that, I was like, I'm going to vote for Adrian. And then I looked at Zach, because like Zach, Vince, and I agreed we were voting together because we would control the vote if we did that. And I was like, I want to make sure I was on the right. Like, if we're voting to keep Adrian here, I want him to know that like we were the reason that happened. And so I looked to Zach because he just walked out of the dining room, and I was like, and he was like, and so that's when I was
I know. Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like I could have had it last second, but like I think when people looked around, they're like, we just got to stick to the gun, like the plan or whatever. It was too risky. I was like, but the fact that it was interesting, but we can't do anything. Like, there's a lot of what ifs, but I don't dwell on it.
No, I don't.
But it's interesting to think about it. But
it's also just interesting to pick people's brains. So, last question I have for you, and then I need to go to dinner. But
Yeah.
So if I had voted to keep you, and say Zach, Vince, and I voted to keep you, it would have been 8-4 to keep you instead of Amy. Thanks, Eden. Would you? I know you were going to put me up anyway. If I had voted to keep you and Zach, Vince, and I were the reason you stayed, would you have not put me up if you had won the balance beam comp and you had won HOH? Would you have still put me up, or since I voted to keep you?
No, if I knew that you voted to keep me, no.
Really?
I would have bigger fish to fry. But no,
you probably would have voted.
I wouldn't have
voted against you, right? Because you have 4 people that vote against you theoretically.
It probably would have been. It would probably been Ashley, maybe, or it would probably be Morgan, Rachel, and then Keanu to take himself off. Or if not Keanu, it may be Ashley. Would probably be it.
That's fair. No, that's
but
fair.
like, I also wanted to keep Ashley safe too. But like, it was kind of hard because every time. It was always between me and her, like who's going up. So we had to kind of be like against each other, because I think she wanted to work with me, but the thing is like because she knew that I wouldn't want to come after her, at least not ideally, like not the first shot. But like, I mean, I'm running out of numbers. I only promise safety to a certain amount of people. I don't want to go back on my word. So
yeah, no, I agree, and I mean I feel the same way. And like things shift, things happen, things change. I mean, like if I had stayed against Kelly and the vote was like 8-4 or something, or 7-4, I would have. I mean, at that point, my nominees would be the people who voted against me, because that's pretty easy.
what was the veto for Mickey's?
This week, or from her age?
Yeah, so like, say if I had won the balance beam, right, and then I because the best thing about HOH is you get to get what do you call it? You get to compete in veto to help ensure that your nominations stay the same. But I'm like, which one was Mickey's HOH?
It was the hopscotch one, like the memory. Like
the memory tile? Okay.
Yeah, like the memory tile. Oh wait, guys, this is my cat Gray. This is Bernard Grayson.
Hey, Gray.
He's my little cat. If you're a cat lover, gift me. No, but this is Gray.
You said to her?
He's an icon. He's a cute little sweet. You know what? I was actually really pissed they didn't give me pictures of my animals in my HOH room.
I would have wanted pictures of my dogs and cat.
But, oh my god, well, yeah. Adrian, in your praying manti.
Yeah, it's funny. I named him Jimmy before I met you.
Yeah, just like me.
No, I thought it was so funny. Some people were like, "Is that Jimmy from like the show?" I was like, "No, technically not." I named them before it, and then it's funny because I have another like 3 other ones I haven't named. I thought of Lauren, not because of the show, but it just seemed natural. But maybe it's because it was biased because I knew Lauren. So like from the show, so I was like, I'm not gonna name my mantises after the people on the show, but I was like, I'm gonna give them a different name. But I was like, Jimmy, I have a Jimmy mantis. Maybe I'll bring him on Thursday. Who knows?
Yeah, you should. And guys, just so you all know, Adrian, Amy, Zay, Zach, and I are all going live this Thursday to talk about the episode and to like really round out the week of Big Brother. Oh, sorry, I have another delivery. This is my other cat, Louis Vuitton. He has a Scottish fold. Little sweet little baby. Thanks, Sean. We're going live this Thursday to talk about all things Big Brother, and then Adrian and Zach have their fantasy draft, so it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be on TikTok. It'll also be the first time Amy and I are talking to each other since leaving the show, so that's interesting. Shout out Georgia Tech, Yellow Jackets, roller derby. Love you guys. Anything else you want to say, Adrian, before we hop?
I don't know. Love one another.
Yes, as Julie says, love one another. Wait, Adrian, last question. How late did you stay up before, like after your eviction, like in the hotel room?
I think we all didn't get a good sleep. It's very common that because your brain's still in the game, my mind's still in the game. Like I didn't sleep at all. Not very much. It took a while.
I talked to my PA until like 1.
I mean, I was hard because like if it was quiet, my mind just kept thinking of the game, like who I need to target, how do I get these people out, what's the next HOH, and that's my mind. I'm trying to like silence my mind and go to bed, but my mind's just still in the game, and it's just, and then I can't imagine how hard it is for people that like for you, for Zach, for the people that come out later and you've been in the show a lot more. It's different for everybody, but for me, it was my mind was still in the game, and plus I kind of didn't want to leave the game, so I don't know, my mind was still there in the game, but
it still is sometimes. Like I'll be like reading feed stuff, and I'll be like, oh, they need to do this, da 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 da, and I'm like, wait, I'm not there anymore.
Thank you.
Also, guys, it's 10 p.m. Eastern, so that's 7 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 Mountain Time, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Cool. Well, great talking to you, Adrian, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. And thanks everybody for Kristen for all the gifts today. I can't wait to go live and
talk a lot more on Thursday.
Yeah. Thanks, Adrian. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Love you all.
Bye, Jimmy. Bye.